Alrighty, wow, everything's getting back on track. Let's go ahead and get started tonight. Fantastic. How's everybody been? I am super excited to be back on the server with you guys tonight. This is Kimise, and we are back on KimiseCraft. Woo! How is everybody's week gone? I know my week's gone pretty good. I had a really enjoyable week at my current job, which is teaching. I enjoy teaching science. Had a great time with my students this week. We did some neat stuff. We learned about spectrographs and how you can bend light and learn about different objects and stuff with that light. Very, very fun stuff, or at least I think it's a lot of fun stuff. I know the kids really enjoyed it. So, yeah, it's been a pretty good week for me, absolutely. And you know what? This is going to be an even better week. And you want to know why? I'll tell you what right now. The big reason why this week is even going to be even better is because this, for us, for our district where I work, this is the week before spring break. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be a busy week for sure. I mean, I've got a lot of things to do with students. In fact, I got to finish planning my robotics spring trip. I've got some exciting things for my robotics students that we're going to do at our spring trip. Because we're going to go ahead and take a trip and go have some fun. Also learn about some stuff. So I got to do that this week. I want to go ahead and get quotes and numbers so I can know how much we have to spend, because I got to check our budget and everything. So that's going to be fun. I hope you guys are doing good. Everybody who's stopping in to check out the stream, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It really does encourage me. And I hope you guys are having a great time. So, if you haven't noticed, and you are a regular viewer, you might notice now that I'm back in the Nether. You know, you said, well, Kim, why are we back in the Nether? You made your Blaze Farm, right? Yes, and the Blaze Farm turned out great. I mean, I'm super happy with the Blaze Farm. But you know what? There's another big farm that I tend to like to do when I'm in the Nether. And it's not just blazes. It's for skulls. Yep, wither skulls. And after I finished up my blaze farm and made a convenient ice road tunnel. Yep, very convenient. Gets me here very quickly. Loving that. Absolutely loving that. After I got that done, I was thinking, well, you know, I spent all this time out here. Let's make a let's make a wither skull farm too. And I was thinking through my head, well, how do I want to do this? And I was thinking, well, if I'm going to use the same fortress, which, yeah, I guess obviously I'm going to use the same fortress, right? Because it just makes sense to, you know, because, well, it's right there, you know. I mean, might as well, correct? If I'm going to use the same fortress, then I need to go ahead and do some work, because we have to do some setup to get this place ready. Whoa. There you go. Oh, these guys are annoying. There we go. There we go. Magma creams, you're toast. You gotta be careful. I've already angered the pigmen a couple times. I haven't died yet. I've been fast enough to get out of the way. Ooh, that's another pickaxe almost down in my durability. Well, so, yeah, so some prep has to be done for us to go ahead and get this stream realized. And I was thinking about, okay, so what type of farm do we want to do? Do we want to do a really easy one where we rely on coming in and out and reloading the chunks? Because those actually work really, really, really well. They give you plenty of skulls. I end up always having more beacons than I can think of where to put up with. But I'm thinking about trying to put a whole bunch of beacons up here in these last couple months, like, you know, really taking advantage of it, you know. So I'm thinking about that. So there's a lot of things going through my head as far as how I want to actually, what I actually want to do. So what I did need to do, though, is, just because of where everything's placed and because I want to be able to get the best spawn rates possible, is I decided to go ahead and take down a majority of the Nether Fortress. Yeah, I just took down a huge chunk of the Nether Fortress right here. I got parts up there to take down. I still got this big old honking thing. And I'm going to get rid of this island in here as well. Okay, So whenever you're dealing with farms, and that's where I'm at right now. Whenever you are dealing farms, you got to think about, okay, so what am I going to do? What is the deal? Let me go ahead and make a couple stacks of slabs. You know, and what you want to do is you want to try to get the best percentage of spawn out of the area without affecting, you know, other things, you know. And so, I'm sorry, you want to get the best rates, you know, for whatever you want to go with. And besides, I've never taken down a nether fortress. This is actually kind of fun, you know. Next season, though, I'm pretty excited with the new nether updates. So, I mean, there might be some more nether fortress tearing down going on next season, as we have all these great new places to explore. In fact, I was just watching the video, and apparently, for the type of farm I'm thinking about doing, you know, if you can find another fortress in a soul sand biome, you will get a lot more spawns than you would normally get in one of these types of farms. So that's kind of cool, seeing as how, you know, the way the biomes are spawning different things could really affect a lot of things like rates and stuff. So that's pretty exciting stuff, to me at least if you're a farm builder, right? So there we go. That thing was huge. That was a large part of that fortress. And I've been tearing that down now for probably about an hour. Yeah, so it took me, I had to like move a whole bunch of flocks to go ahead and get that. So I did get that teared down, and it's in much better shape now. So what we want to do is we're going to take down this whole area and all that fortress that's up there. I might also go ahead and take that down as well and get rid of that island, because basically the way our farm is going to work is, you see this area, it's going to be at least this wide. Okay, now these are all slabs, so that's why we don't have anything spawning down here. I went ahead and smoothed out the area that we had here earlier, and so basically this is going to be the farm. Now what we're going to use is, I believe, what I want to use is, we're going to go ahead and set the actual spawning level one level above the ice road. And I just kind of stretched the ice road in here because at the time that's as far as I wanted to go, and that got me up there. But, you know, obviously things change, you know. So what we're going to do is, I went ahead and made a platform, because it's easier not to die if you have a platform to fall onto as you are clearing out blocks. And so that's the big reason I have that going on here, and it actually makes life a lot easier. Okay, not to mention it's allowed me to get a whole lot more gas tiers. Apparently I can get plenty of gas tiers pretty quickly. And yeah, so that's kind of the process that we are in right now, which is going on quite well. You know, also grabbing a whole bunch of magma creams while I'm down here, which is working really well for me. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put our spawning platform right there. Okay, now does that mean we'll be laying another whole set of slabs like this? Yes, but we'll actually be laying them up one level above that. Now what's great about this farm is just flat back and forth, and so what we want to do is we want to create a spawning area that's going to give us a large area where we can get our skeletons pack spawn. Now the way wither skeletons work sorry, take every attempt to get one of those guys. Nice, got another one. Very good. Don't really need gunpowder. The way nether skeleton spawning works, okay, is that they like to spawn in packs, and that's the advantage we're taking of. And what we want to do is we want to reload the chunks very quickly. So all along this platform, that's going to go from here all the way over here. Okay. So we're going to do high advantage. We're going to, down the center, we are going to have a place where you can run back and forth. Well, okay, so there's a few different ways you can build this. What we're going to do, though, is I think we're going to just have the running back and forth. That way, when you run to this end, okay, the other end is spawning. And then when you go back this way and you run all the way to that end, then the end behind you will be spawning, and that's how that works. And basically, as you're walking through it, you're going to have your head just high enough so that the skeletons are going to be able to see over and see you there. That's the purpose of it, okay? Versus the other mobs aren't going to be able to see it. And so that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and get this cleared off, and it's going to be a fantastic farm. And I'm just going to call this part of our nether hub farming services. We got our blaze spawner up there, and I think what we'll do is we'll end up building a nice little staircase that goes all the way up there, and we'll also give a stop to the location where you can, in fact, we might just put it here. Yeah, this could be a good place where you just go spiral up, and then you can walk into the farm that way, or spiral up and spiral up, walk a little bit over, and there you are. You are now in the actual wither. You're actually in the wither skeleton farm. Maybe extend the ice thing so it takes us all the way in there, so we have this nice little platform. Yep, I think that might be the work. So, but of course, whenever you're working on something, you just got to get after it because it takes time to do it. Now, what we're going to do right now is we're going to go visit the farm, and we're the Guardian farm. We're going to go ahead and recharge a couple of pickaxes because I just chewed through 2 of them. Yep. Yeah, I'm only carrying 2 pickaxes on me just because I've had some, well, yes, you know why. I've lost me some pickaxes. In fact, I think my last lava death, I lost 3 efficiency for 5 pickaxes, and yeah, that was kind of depressing. So I'm only carrying 2 pickaxes on with me at a time, but I do have more in my chest, and I might end up grabbing a couple more. I can replace them out. So we'll just go ahead and take them out and recharge both of these. Well, so how has everybody been doing? Hopefully everybody's been doing okay. I know I've been doing really, really great. Woo, boy, isn't this ice road great? I mean, it used to take us forever to get out there to the farm. There we go. But now we can just zip right over there, and we are back in business. Yeah, so we're going to take a quick moment. Let's see here. My armor's in good shape. So let's go ahead and just take all this stuff off. That's going to allow us to get our picks in much better shape. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do this. I made some changes to the farm, just a little bit, okay? Just so that I can get a little bit more resources from these guys. Like one of the things I really like about this farm is getting all the prismarine scales and the other things, the round circly things, so I can make lanterns. Well, I was noticing that I wasn't getting a lot of those resources, so what I did is I adjusted my farm. Like all these blocks move out by pistons. Right? See, there's that's the stuff I want. Okay, prismarine. Okay, and what happens is when sometimes I've lost that. Like, for instance, if I don't want to lose that, I can just go ahead and click it, boom, and then I've got the resources down there. But if I had stuff stuck up here, then that was a problem. But now that they're all trapdoors, boom, works out great. So I don't lose any of those resources. I don't have to play with them anymore. I add a few more trapdoors, and I think it's working great. So let's go ahead and finish charging up the axes. Well, so how many of you guys are getting ready for spring break? Yeah, I know if you're in college, that's something that's a big deal. It's a lot of college students. It was when we were in school. We were so desperately looking for that break so we could get out of town, have some fun, relax, not think of school stuff. Hopefully you guys are doing the same thing. Of course, grade school, anywhere K through 12, they are always looking for spring break. Teachers especially, super excited to get out and to not be in the classroom for a week and take a break. I'm pretty excited. My son wants a new shelf for his room, and he wants to see if he can learn how to build it. So what he's going to do is he's going to he already knows how to use computer-aided drafting programs. So he's going to go ahead and build it, design it. Let's get rid of some of these guys here. He's going to design it, and what we're going to do is we're going to build it. Yep. Got to close the door so you don't get knocked out. Yep. Yeah, good. That should help. So I'm pretty excited. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a fun project. Should only take like a couple of days. We just got to figure out his dimensions that he wants to use. Go ahead and buy us some lumber, and then we're going to have some fun building a shelf and letting him stain it and seal it, and we're going to make it just for what he needs, because he has this corner of the room that he thinks is going to be really great. So that's some of our plans for spring break. A few other of my plans is, I've had about about a 2-month break here since Christmas, kind of chilling, not pushing really hard, doing my weekly streams, making sure I get at least one video out a week. But I want to get back into the swing of things. I'm ready to really supercharge and push on my channel because I'm super excited about this year. I'm super excited about the games I'm playing. I enjoy the games I'm playing. I cannot wait here until, there we go. Let's go ahead and get this axe up. I cannot wait until, like I said, the new version of Minecraft will be released here, probably a couple months. Could be as late as the summer, could be as early as, I don't know, could be as early as April. Go, Mojang. Good luck with that. I hope you guys can knock it out, get it stable, because I know a lot of us are super excited. In fact, 1.15, that update came out just a little while ago. We've been running on the server since we got a nice clean update, and I'll tell you what, it is fantastic. Lag issues have been almost non-existent. Lots of improvements, which make the game so much more fun to play. I mean, just as far as doing stuff. So I mean, this game is poised for another great year. As far as playability and things you can do with it. So I am like super stoked. And I'm pretty excited about prospects for season 3 of KimiseCraft. I know being able to go to the Nether with all those new biomes and stuff. I'm pretty excited to get in there and create a Nether base. I'm thinking, just some ideas that have been rolling off my head is I want to find a fortress, because if I'm going to make a Nether base, I think it needs to be a base where I can lay out some farms. Does that make sense? That's what I think. If I'm going to make a base in the Nether, I want it to be a place where I can actually get some farms going, get some productivity, And so I'm thinking I'm going to want to go ahead. Let's go ahead and get those resources. There we go. Yep, and then every once in a while. Oops, lost some. Let's go ahead. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but it's making me a little bit happy. Anyway, so like I said, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm thinking, especially, and of course things are going to change. They always do. As far as what's how those biomes are going to work, and like I said, right now there's some preliminary data out there that shows from a player's perspective that a soul sand biome, actually could be very good if you found a fortress in there for maybe higher spawn rates, for a wither skeleton farm. That'd be absolutely fantastic. I don't think it would really change a whole lot of what you would do if you were just creating a blaze farm, because those are just blaze spawners. But I think that'd be awesome. Also, I don't know if you guys have been watching the changes with lava. Running lava will actually push mobs now, whereas running lava used to not do that. Yeah. So it works more like water, more like a liquid. And so now when you build blaze farms, you don't have to worry about, you're not going to have to work, the blaze farm I just built was based off of, wandering mechanics, which works really well. Honestly, without having to do any redstone, it's a great farm to use. It's super simple. It gives you plenty of drops. You just got to be patient and just got to wait for it. But now with the new lava mechanics, now you can use lava as water as long as the mob is lava proof, okay, which blaze just happened to be. Then you can set up a farm where the blaze are pushed directly into your kill chute, and now you don't have to worry about doing anything funky with blocks. You just clear out an area. Who cares if they're pathfinding anymore? You're just going to push them with lava. So I'm pretty excited about that. That'll make one of those farms really easy to do and more efficient. And I don't know if you've noticed, but every once in a while, you know, even with a really well pathfinding block farm, is sometimes my mobs just don't want to pathfind. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're going to go ahead and can the rest. Right. Yeah, I think we're good here. Okay, let's head out here, and yeah, let's go back to work. So we're gonna keep talking, have some fun. If you got any topics you want to talk about or chat about, I would love to talk with you about. Right now, I'm probably just going to what I'm going to do right now is we're going to do some grindy stuff, and we're going to start keep tearing down that nether fortress, because we need to get that puppy all the way down so that we can. But you know what? We're right here, so let's take a moment. Ooh, I brought some prismarine with me. No worries there. Okay, but let's take a moment and no, don't want to do that. Okay, sorry. Let's take a moment. There we go. And let's go ahead and grab another stack of food while we are over here. Okay. At the golden carrot shop. Well, actually, there's lots of stuff in here. There's food. There's all sorts of great things in here. So let's go ahead and go up here and grab some golden carrots. There we go. 8-Bit Kid making a ton of diamonds for me here. Have some prismarine, 8-Bit Kid. Enjoy that. Okay. Yeah, this place is looking good. I've got an idea for a couple of new houses to put over here. Like, we've got our prismarine house, we've got our diorite house, and I'm loving the way both of those look. We're going to add I want to at least get a few more up here, and I've already got ideas for a couple more. We'd have to do some resource gathering before I can get those up. But I just want to give you a heads up about that. Those will be coming soon, very soon. You know, in fact, we might see a couple videos about those coming up this week. So, plans for the channel. Okay, what I of course would love to do, you know, and I'm just enjoying creating content right now. I really enjoy. Yeah, sorry, making sure I got my carrots. Okay, I really enjoy making videos. I really enjoy getting feedback from you guys. The fact that you guys are enjoying them. I love playing. Well, this game in general. This game's a great game in general. Of course, I expect to find more new games in the future that I'm going to enjoy playing as much or more. So, you know, I'm always looking for something that I can add to the lineup. We might see a return of Wizard 101 because I'm kind of getting back to the point where I want to play that again. Unfortunately, what I really enjoy doing with Wizard 101 is when I'm playing along with somebody, because I think that is what makes Wizard. Whoa! Did I like shoot something? Because that's an arrow for me. Interesting. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. So, I mean, we might see some Wizard 101 back on the channel, and you know, not everybody is a Wizard 101 fan, and that's okay. I get that, you know. But I mean, those are some possibilities as we grow the channel, right? Ooh, I got a cool head, or should I say, I got a head that I don't see very often. It's mainly probably because I don't see magma creams that often. But I went ahead. Where did I put that head? I want to put it with my blaze heads. Oh, come on. Did I put you in here? No. Did I put you in here? No. There? No. How about there? No. No blaze head there. No blaze head. Okay, I must have stashed it someplace safe. Okay. Blaze. Well, I'm sorry, not blaze head. Magma cube head. Yeah. I wonder where it got to. And the tough thing is, it kind of looks, you know, by itself. You know, it's kind of fun. I'm still wondering where that obsidian came from. Okay. There we go. Okay. Very, very good. There it is. Magma cube head. I'm going to go ahead and just put him here in this shulker. That way I have those heads there. See, I got a magma cube head, got gas. I think I got 2 gas heads while building this, and a blaze head. And ooh, let's go ahead and put these goodies away. Gas tiers, up to 36 gas tiers. And I got 3 wither skeleton heads. I want to do something with that, but it might be a while before we get back to that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and put these back in here for safekeeping, because we don't want to lose any of those goodies. Okay. Let's see here. No wood in there. No wood in there. I found wood in here somewhere. here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and stash some of these things in here, just so I can open up some space in here. So when I'm up there working, why do I have 2 slots filled up by fish? Okay, there we go. So now as we tear down stuff, we have more room in our inventory to go ahead and pull. Okay, so again, the big reason I did the platform is for safety. So season-wise, so what are some of the things I want to go ahead and get taken care of season-wise? Come on down here and give me a fight. And did we get anything special? No, don't need those. Okay, don't need the colt moments. Okay, don't need that, don't need that. Okay, let's get back to work. Okay, so what I want to do, or should I say, what are some of my plans for my channel? Because I think that's really where a lot of this discussion should take us. Is what are my plans for the channel? Well, what I want to do is I want to grow the channel up to a point that that I can actually maybe even get some ad revenue from it, or some revenue. And here's why. I'm a teacher, and I don't know if you know many teachers, but a lot of us don't make a whole lot of money, and I enjoy teaching. It is super what do you call it? Super satisfying to be a teacher and to do what we do. There's a lot of challenges to teaching nowadays. A lot of things that make the job not as much fun as you'd want it to be. But I mean, every job has its thing, right? Okay. And if you're a younger viewer, you'll learn this as you get out there. Every job has things that are less than pleasant that you have to deal with, and teaching is one of those. Students are awesome. Being able to show them new things and being able to get them excited. Students are really interested in learning about what we're doing and stuff. Those kids make it worth it coming in every single day, and that's great. But at the same time, it'd be great if I had an additional income from something that I enjoy doing, and creating content and playing games is something I really do enjoy doing. And so what I want to do this year is, since I've got a really great base to my channel, got a lot of good people out there who've been watching now, and I appreciate you guys. I want to go ahead and push a little bit more, and I want to see what it'll take to get us to, whoa, that dropped off quickly. I knew it was going to come quick, but anyways. Well, anyways, like I said, I want to see what it'll take so we can get to the point where we can at least start monetizing it just a little bit. Now, thank you everybody who's watched the show and who watches the stream and stuff. So here are some goals that I want to get back into, because I was really good at this for a long time there, and then I took a break. I took a little break from as much content over the holidays, which was great. I need a little bit of break. Everybody needs to take a break, especially from stuff, even from stuff they enjoy doing, because eventually, if you don't take breaks from stuff, you're going to burn out, and you don't want to burn out. You want to try to keep some energy. You want to keep in this case, creative juices flowing, because this is a largely creative thing. I mean, if you're not enjoying and having fun, then the audience, they're not going to be enjoying and having fun with you as well. So what do I have plans for? Well, starting this week and hopefully ramping up in the spring break, I'm going to go back to getting at least another 2 days of streaming. When I first got into streaming, I was doing 3 days a week, and it was fantastic. We gained ground very, very quickly. We gained a lot of people who were following the channel, which is fantastic, and it was great. It was exciting. Now, I'll be honest with you, I was a terrible player at some games, such as like Fortnite, yeah. And I did a Fortnite stream mainly because I had a lot of students that wanted to play with me and stream and stuff, and that was fine. We had a lot of fun doing it. Let's get rid of this guy because he'll cause a problem. Did he drop something? Nope. Okay. So, anyways, But it was still fun streaming that on Friday nights, especially when I got to play with some guys and have a good time, and that was good times. But you know what? In the long run, Fortnite, you know what? People who want to watch shooter games like that, what they're looking for is they're looking for somebody who's either really, really, really good, okay, or actually, I think that's primarily what they're looking for. They want to have fun watching you like kick butt and go in there and be competitive. As much as I enjoy playing a game like Fortnite, I am not competitive in games like Fortnite. I don't have the skills. I mean, I'll get kills here and there every once in a while. I'm good at working challenges, and putting the hours in to do that, doing the grind, as it became known, the Fortnite grind, or to me it became known. Because that's the whole idea behind the Battle Pass. So I'd get the Battle Pass, and I was able to pay for both. I only paid for my Battle Pass once, and I was able to make enough V-Bucks during the season that I didn't have to pay for a Battle Pass for the next 2 months. So I mean, I'm good at doing that part. But after a while, again, it's nothing bad with it. It's just not my cup of tea. And people who want to watch that content, I think people that really like watching that type of content, they want to see people who are actually good at the stuff, and me, not so much, not so very good at it. So, I checked out like Legends, and that wasn't my cup as well. I know a lot of kids that love those games, and I hope they enjoy them. I know a lot of adults that love those games, and awesome. I think it's fantastic. They enjoy that stuff. Just isn't my thing, and so that's why I haven't streamed that for a long time now. It's getting close to a year. Let's see here. Wizard 101. That is a game I have loved playing for a long time. And it's a great game. And the thing is, though, Wizard 101 is a game that I've always liked playing with my family. Does that make sense? And although I can do some solo playing in Wizard 101, and I may yet again, I kind of miss that when Kimberly Smash, who gets on and plays every once in a while, she's taking a break again. She gets really hot and cold sometimes, but she couldn't find time to play with me anymore in Wizard 101. And that was the big thing about Wizard 101, is being able to stream with her. That was fun. I loved streaming with her and playing that game with her. That was worth it. It was a lot of fun to play with her. And, she just, whoa, that is a mess over there. Okay. Jeez. And, of course, the last thing I want to do is anger. Come back over here, dude. There we go. Okay. Stupid blazes. Sorry, guys. And so, what made streaming that game fun was when I could stream with her. Okay, take a break. Eat some carrots. Oh man, that's not good at all. Wow. Whew. Okay, talking and messing around with mobs at the same time, and not so bueno. Okay. Whew. I'm just not going to worry about that. And there's a ghast. Perfect timing. Okay. Well, anyways, so when she got too busy and she didn't want to stream anymore, that took a lot of the enjoyment out of streaming Wizard 101 from me. And our characters are still there. We have our two characters. Let's see here. She has her Storm character. I have my Myth character, and I am all for getting back online and finishing that arc with her. And I'm hoping someday she will too. It's just that now's not the time. And unfortunately, we're not doing that. Now, what I might do, and I've been thinking about this, picking a, well, killing me. Okay, sorry. Mobs, right? And so I've been thinking about going ahead and picking one I've never played before there in Wizard 101. And there is a wizard I've never played before. There is a school I've never, ever played before. I've never, ever played before the Balance School. Yep, never have had a balance wizard. I've had a wizard of every other kind. You know, my highest wizard is my storm wizard. He's a lot of fun to play with. And I wouldn't call myself an expert. I just like playing the game. I enjoy playing the game. So you know, part of my thought is, you know, maybe I need to go ahead. Maybe I should just go ahead and, wow, I've got that filled up. Let's go ahead and drop that stuff off. So I'm thinking about maybe starting up a once a week stream of my Wizard 101, so that I can just play some solo wizarding adventures, right? You know, nothing wrong with that. There we go. There's a box for room there. Let's see here. Pop these in here. There we go. So that is a thought as far as for one of the games I wouldn't mind streaming again, because honestly, great game, great memories. It's just with my kids that the best memories are like my oldest daughter. She is graduating college here in just a few weeks, or actually, sorry, about a month. And she's going to have her engineering degree. And I'll tell you what, some of the best memories I have is playing Wizard 101 with my oldest daughter. You know, we played it all the way up to the original. We've been playing Wizard 1 a long time. We played all the way up to the top level you can make at the time, which was level 50. We defeated Malistaire, and we did all that fun stuff with our characters, and it was great fun. Now Wizard 101 is a game that you can play. Wow, I'm not even sure what the top level is. I heard that they're getting ready to announce a new world. They've got all sorts of great in-game challenges to keep you excited to play, even if you have already like maxed out wizards and stuff like that, and you know, you're not, so you can do PvP and all sorts of stuff. It's a fun game. It's a great card-based game that always has different things in it. And depending on how good you are at developing those card-based strategies, just like if you were in a card game, it's pretty cool. So I'm kind of excited about that. So might be back there. Now there's another game that's taken my interest, and if you guys are interested in watching me play this other game, let me know. I have been just on my own time playing a little bit of the online version of Magic the Gathering. Now, I'm not saying I'm any good. There are so many cards in those games, and I'm still learning how to use half the strategies. Actually, half. I probably don't even know 10% of the strategies of that game. But I've been having fun getting a whole bunch of basic decks built and playing with the decks and trying to figure out, you know, how to play with them, because that's a lot of what that game is. Go away, Blaze. Okay. So if you would like to see me do some gameplay of Magic the Gathering, let me know, either in comments or you know, on stream, and I would not mind at all. Whose fault is it this time? Okay. Anyways, you know what? Let's stop and let's eat a little bit. Let's get rid of that guy. Did I get him? Yeah. Nice. Okay. So, sorry about that. A little Where? Jeez. Thank goodness. Protection 4. Okay. So, getting back to what I was thinking about. So, yep, there we go. Knocking these out. So if that's a game you would like to see gameplay of, go ahead and just leave a comment about it. Okay? Magic the Gathering is a strategy-based card game. Whoa. Okay? That's been around for a long time. They have tournaments with it. It's interesting. I've never been that big of a player. I've never been a player. I've never really created decks or anything. But I do, you know, but when they came up with a digital version of it, because that interests me, I can sit down and play a game. I know probably, I guess you're trying to figure out something to compare to. Hearthstone would be very similar, just different. I know Hearthstone has become its own thing for a few years now. You know, lots of people play that, and I played it before, and it's a fun game. Magic, I guess, Magic the Gathering would be considered the original original card-based strategy game. Ooh, let's go ahead and hit him. Haha. Gonna give me your skull? No skull. Okay, no worries. And so if you were interested in any gameplay like that, let me know. I would love to see what you guys think. You know, I do play it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. You know, I'm just really derpy at it right now. I can win strategies, but the way I play is, you know, I'm such a noob at it. It's sometimes it's really frustrating because it's like, oh, you know, wow, if I knew how to do this, maybe I could be maybe I could win more matches, you know. And you know, I win matches, you know, but I lose quite a few as well, you know, but it's a lot of fun. And a lot of it's what it is, you know, learning how to play the cards in my hand. So, I mean, you know, as far as building a deck and everything, you know, I know a lot of what makes that game interesting to a lot of people is the strategy of creating a deck, finding cards that are going to help them effectively, you know, beat other players. You know, like I was playing somebody the other day, and their strategy was super effective on me. I mean, because their whole strategy, I could tell, the way they were playing was just get as much out on the field as possible and keep you thinking. Woo! Very nice. Well, anyway, so those are some games that you could see some streams of, because I think they'd be a lot of fun. They're games I enjoy playing, you know, and again, I think, you know, what makes content fun is the streamer himself is having a good time at it, and they can add something to it. Now, again, I'm more of a derpy player when it comes to things like Magic and stuff, but, you know, it's not like I'm totally at a loss, you know, and I can pull out some pretty cool wins from time to time depending on my cards and what my deck is. And I guess that's another neat thing about that game is it's not always, I mean, a lot of it is strategy, but some of it is going to be luck of the draw. What type of drawing, what type of cards are you going to get in that initial hand? How are you going to deal with those initial draw cards? You know, how are you going to turn that into a winning display, right? Or at least that's the way I think about it. Okay, very cool. So those are some of my plans for the channel. Like I said, I want you'll hopefully this week. If not, definitely during spree break, I'm going to kick off 2 new streams a week here on Twitch, because I know that I can become a Twitch affiliate. I can become a Twitch partner. I know I can eventually get there. It's just one of those things that's one of those things you got to have that commitment. You got to put that time in, and I'm super excited to do that. I know that's going to help my YouTube stuff too. So get back to more than 1 video a week. Right now, that's about what I've been putting out. You know, because of course I do send my streaming content as well. But right now I've been pretty busy, so I've only been getting like 1 Let's Play out a week for a little while now, and then my other video has been a stream replay, which is cool, you know. And I'm kind of excited to do it anyways, because I do want to go ahead and get my stream, you know, I would like to do more streaming, throw the replays on the channel. I think it's a great place for me to have it, and I really want to grow this channel. I would like to see if I can get my YouTube channel to the point where we've got 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is a big goal of mine. There we go. Bye-bye. Sorry, had to take care of that guy, because I'm sure he was going to cause me grief later on. So, what do you think? Taking down another fortress takes a little bit of time, doesn't it? But we're clearing it out. Check it out. We've already gotten rid of 2 of these walkways, and I'm sure the big ones are the big poles. You know, like, whew. That pole, we should probably go ahead and get rid of that. I don't know. That might not affect it because they're going to be so much lower. Yeah, I think we do need to get rid of it, because I don't want it to take up spawning spaces, you know, on my farm. So yeah, we'll probably definitely take care of that, you know. So yes, definitely going to have to get rid of that thing. But other than that, yeah, so those are plans for the channel. New content will be coming. New series, hopefully. And, oh, what else? Oh, yeah, more stream time. More time sitting here shooting the breeze, you know. And I want to pick some other times. Sometimes I know Sundays for a lot of people isn't always the prime streaming time for them, Sunday evenings. So I'm going to have a couple more stream times so that hopefully I'll be able to catch up with a few of you who like to chat and talk. Do so appreciate that, and that's going to be part of the new scope for this year and the goals that we want to go through. So I'm super excited about that, you know. So what do you guys want to talk about? I'll tell you what. One thing I've been really enjoying for the last couple days has been. Okay, who's my problem? Who's my problem child? Oh, you. Yes. Goodbye. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of these blocks. So I like to save these blocks. Whoosh. There we go. Let's see here. Any room in here? Yes. Where did those torches go? I know there's a torch area in one of these things. There we go. We'll just put the rest of the torches there. Nice. Okay. So now just tearing down nether brick, though, doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to have any issues, right? So we got to clear out this whole island right here. That's going to take a little bit longer. But the nice thing about dealing with nether rack versus, say, nether brick is, well, there we go. We've got a customer. Are you going to offer up your skull? No. No skull for you. Okay. No problem at all. Okay, let's keep tearing this thing down. So, yeah, like I was saying, you know, me, I like me some, you know, some beacon action. But that's a good question. You know, I've never tried to light up a beacon in the nether. I know you can do it. I just never have tried. You know, I wonder if I could get to the point where I'm insta-mining these nether bricks. That would be fantastic. Huh. Well, if anybody out there has a chance to hop on and see how, I mean, because I have to break bedrock. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm not in the mood for breaking bedrock tonight. That's I think that's the reason why I haven't tried it, because I'm not sure if I have to break the bedrock or not. Okay, so let's see here. We are on that last level there, so let's go ahead and start from this side. Okay. There we go. Now let's see here. Oh, we have a platform here. Okay. Well, anyways, so, yeah. So, can a beacon go through bedrock? If it can, you know, I'm going to get some scaffolding up and set that up right now, because this is a... Are you kidding me? Where'd you go? There we go. And we'll set that beacon up right now, because, I mean, if we could insta-mine bricks... Ooh. You know, I mean, they mine pretty quick, right? I mean, they're not terrible, right? They're not so terrible. Well, if we get into mine, that'd be fabulous. Okay, so that's what's going on. Those are some of the plans I have for this season, and I'm excited this season, this year. You know, stay with me, help me grow this channel. You know, any ideas and stuff, let me know, because, you know, that's how you get better, is you listen to others. And anybody who's been watching my content for a while, thank you so much. It makes me really excited about the future and about some of the things I can do with it. Now let's see, does this go down all the way? No, it doesn't. So we'll go ahead and finish this one off first. Okay. Okay, let's pick all that up. Okay, so anyways, you know, what do you guys like? Are there some new games you guys have been pretty excited about that you're playing right now? I know there's always new games coming out. Me, I'm never really strong in the know about stuff like that. you know, what I usually do if I'm looking for a new game is, you know, see, I've got like vault access for the Epic games, you know, so I'll go in there and I'll see what they have going there. I look for newer games that have been out for a while, you know, and I'll download them and I'll play them for a little bit if I like it. If not, I'll go ahead and delete it, you know. You know, it's amazing how many games are out there, you know, and how a lot of people just will go back to certain games. You know, like it's amazing, you know. I'll try other games and I'll play them for a little bit, and they're fun and everything. But it's funny how many times I come back to just Minecraft. I mean, look at how playable this game is. You know, you know, when my kids first showed it to me, I was like, okay, whatever, you know. And I made fun of them about it and stuff like that. And then they were watching YouTubers play it. I was thinking, are you kidding me? You know, oh, Dad, but it's okay, you know, and because, you know, I don't know, like, here's how I was introduced to Minecraft through my kids, is they're watching gameplays, you know, and it's, you know, some of the characters, you know, like, you know, obviously Dan TDM was one that they like to watch, and Dan is silly. Dan very, 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 very kid orientated on his channel and stuff, and the kids love him. I mean, my kids loved watching him. You know, I think a lot of them grown out of Dan now, and I think I only have one that goes and checks his stuff periodically, you know, but he was a very favorite of them for years. So, you know, so basically a lot of my intro to Minecraft was watching Dan TDM and his dog Grim testing out different mod packs and stuff. And so I was like, well, it seems kind of interesting, but, you know, seems too much going on. And then another guy that they loved watching was a guy called Think Noodles, because Think Noodles is a guy that played a game that they were all really into called Pop Tropica. And so that was a game that they played a lot and they really enjoyed it. And then they started watching Think's Minecraft. And I'll tell you what, that was the first survival series I watched, was Think Noodles. And you know what? He's goofy. He's a silly guy, you know, but man, what a great content creator. He was fun. He tried different things. He explained what he was doing. You know, he wasn't a pro at it, but he did it anyways. And, you know, that was just like awesome. You know, and suddenly I'm thinking, okay, this game's pretty interesting now. Okay, because, you know, he was going through and doing a lot of those. Whoop. Let's get a place where we don't sweep a zombie pigman. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get some carrots. Anyway, so it was fun watching Think Noodles. And then, you know, when I started playing a little bit and stuff, and, you know, then I was suddenly like, okay, so we need to build a farm, right? Okay. And I'd watch Think Noodles. Like, I remember, you know, copying some of his basic farms, you know, to try to get a spawner going and everything, because I was playing a single player with my kids, right? Well, not single player, but we were playing a local server with my kids, so we'd hook up a couple of computers together and we all play together, and we were having fun. And so it's like, okay, well, let's make a farm. Yeah, we found the skeleton spawner or a zombie spawner, and I said, let's do that. Oh my goodness, these pigmen are driving me nuts. Dude, get off my stone. There we go. Okay. Well, anyway, so I started doing that and searching for farms, because guess what? You know, I started saying, oh, there's a lot of people that do play Minecraft, you know, and so I'm introduced to a guy named Mumbo Jumbo. You know, show some love to Mumbo Jumbo in the chat if you have ever been a Mumbo Jumbo fan. That guy is hilarious. He's funny. You know, he is one heck of a redstone genius in many, many, many ways. I mean, that guy, he can design and do some neat things with redstone. And, you know, wish he could explain him a little bit better, you know. I guess that's one of the things, is I'm always looking for somebody who can really get through to me as a teacher. You know, I'm always looking for that, because I learn little things here and there, you know. But, you know, I really want to understand it, because, you know, when you really understand it, that's when you can do some neat things, you know. Okay, we're going to go down one more level. So anyways, so I got into Mumbo Jumbo, and I would just look at his tutorial videos and think, that's really cool. Wow, I can't believe he's able to do that. Okay, let's hit him one more time, see if we can get anything cool out of it. No. That's okay. Let's tear this piece down. Okay, so Mumbo Jumbo was one of the next big Minecrafters that I started watching, and it's like there was so much stuff up there. And honestly, I mean, YouTube, what did I use YouTube for? Not much, really. I mean, every once in a while, if I need to learn how to do something, I can find a tutorial on YouTube. I take it with a grain of salt, but I check it out. But for the most part, people were putting on things, or at least a lot of the YouTube that I saw out there didn't really interest me all that much. Maybe the quality wasn't that great. That's the thing for me is if I'm going to watch something, I really need the quality to be good. I need to be able to hear that voice. It needs to be clearly understandable. That's a me thing. My wife can tell you all about it. It has to be good quality, the sound especially. I was a music major. I sold lots of recording equipment over the years. I used to work for a company called Guitar Center, and that was one of the departments I always had a real passion for. Let's go ahead and get rid of some blocks. And so basically, a lot of YouTube, it was hard for me to watch, especially for creators, because not all of them took time to put in really good content, or some of the quality was sketchy, and even when I started watching Let's Plays, when I started really getting into different Minecraft players and stuff, I think I need to make some chests. Okay. Well, anyways, when I started getting into Let's Plays and stuff like that, like I was saying, if it wasn't quality, I just couldn't watch it. It's just, if the mic didn't sound good, if their voice wasn't good, now eventually, if I watched a lot of people over time, let's just go ahead and make a whole bunch of chests, because I think we're going to get a lot of chests out of this. There we go. Wonder if that's a bug anybody's experiencing. Okay. Yeah. And this stuff, nobody spawns on chests. There we go. We got some chests. Let's go ahead and dump some stuff in chests. There we go. Goodbye. I'm about to probably have another 2 chests full of netherrack here pretty quick. Okay. Well, anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about quality. Yeah. So, so I didn't watch a lot of YouTube, because it seemed like I just kept running across really low quality, quick videos that people would make, and they seemed kind of dumb. I'm honestly, it wasn't stuff that interested me. What? So, it really took my kids who watched it and watched those Let's Plays to really help me see that there really was a lot more to YouTube than what was out there, as far as interest, besides just like a little help, how to do thing type of videos and stuff like that. Oh, I'm so tired of being on fire. Okay, well, he can't see me anyways. Okay, so, started watching Mumbo Jumbo, and I believe when I started watching some of his stuff, it was during season 3 of the KimiseCraft. Yep, that's when I was introduced to Mumbo Jumbo, was during his season 3, and I remember him making a subway, and he was talking about going to school for programming and stuff, and I was like, wow. This kid's really got together, and it was just a great experience. It was a content creator that was making cool stuff. He was making cool builds. He was in this world with lots of other players, which is something that I thought that was really interesting. Okay. Oh man, come on. Ah. Let's see here. Let's get over there and see if there are any spoils. Nope. No ghast here. Okay. Well, so anyways, so that was my journey to play Give me your stuff. Give me your... Really? Really? Can't give up a gas tier. Okay. Well, anyways. So, yep. So, that's what got me into playing Minecraft. And I'll tell you what, YouTube did have a big part to play because I started to understand a little bit more what YouTube offered and what some of the different people did on YouTube, content creation and such, you know, and why it was interesting, you know, and why it could be interesting to me as well, and to my kids and to other people, you know. And the more I get into it, the more I realize how many people do watch it, you know, do watch different things. Like YouTube really has become one of the biggest places where people watch and get entertainment from, you know. Absolutely amazing. It's not like, you know, when I was a kid, you had 3 big networks, and then you had a couple of fledgling or independent networks, and they all had the same shows. So basically, you were watching the same shows you could see anywhere in the country. I guess, yeah, but I mean, you were always stuck on their programming, and those were the options that you had. So I mean, you know, you were talking about comedy shows that everybody watched or something like that. Does that make sense? But YouTube, although a lot of people will watch similar things on the YouTube, right? Okay. Thing about YouTube is there's so much content. Okay. There's so much, sorry. I got withered and I was like, okay, we need to be serious about this for a minute. Okay. There was so much content out there now, okay, how should I start tearing this baby down? I say we start right here, okay? Very nice. Okay, well, anyways, so, you know, YouTube is much bigger when it comes to content than I ever thought it was. Does that make sense? You know, and it's because people aren't required to watch certain shows, although a lot of people will still watch good content and good shows, right? Okay, it's just that it's so customizable. You know, like my kids used to be, we'd all sit in the living room when I was a kid with my parents, and we watched the news. We'd watch Hot Show of the Week, you know, which was advertised a lot, or if it was a good storyline, right? Okay, and everybody watched it. And, you know, a lot of people, not everybody would, though, but enough people would watch it that you could talk about it later, whether it's school or if you were in a job. YouTube has changed all that, you know. Most videos now are consumed not on a big TV in somebody's house, and that's how media was consumed for a long, long time, you know, especially when I was growing up. But it's consumed now by everybody. I mean, everybody's phones, you know. I mean, that is actually the primary source of a place where people view things, you know. Like, I do a lot of watching on my computer because I'm here creating content, you know, so I'm kind of like out of the norm. But cell phones, that is what people watch and consume videos off of, you know, or if they have a device like an iPad, a tablet. But cell phones are still much easier than that and much more prevalent than tablets, you know. And so that has been changing the way people think and the people consume media. And that's really neat when you start thinking about it, because now people who have similar hobbies and interests, like for me, you know, I like to build things, right? I like to do some woodwork. I like to create my own furniture when I have an idea or I feel like I have the skills to pull it off, which isn't all the time, okay? And basically because of YouTube, I was able to learn some skills and pick up some things that I would have never been able to do without it, you know? And it's my interest. You know, I love watching YouTube woodworking videos and watch guys build things and watch how they cut things, you know. I mean, not everything that I learned from woodworking, but a lot of things I learned from woodworking come simply from having watched it on YouTube. Isn't that crazy to think about? That's how something like YouTube has totally changed media. And like I'll sit there and I'll watch hours of woodworking videos, but I won't watch the news. Like I don't watch the nightly news. I don't watch. I don't go and find Channel 4 to see the local news or weather. I have an app I can go look at the weather and see what's going on. And that's how media's changed. It used to be everybody would stay up till 10 o'clock and watch the local evening news because that was what was going on in your city or your town area or something. Okay? And again, a lot of people still do that, but a lot of people don't, and so, they get their news from different sources, or they get their media from a lot of different places. And that's really changed a lot in the last 20 years. Gosh, has it been that long? Yep. I mean, I remember when YouTube first came out, back in 2005-06 is when I first noticed it, And what did I watch YouTube for? Honestly, I watched it to catch episodes of anime that I didn't have a way to watch them, because I like to watch anime, but the only source of anime that most people had was Cartoon Network and Toonami. Ha ha ha. Yeah. And and so what I did is I was able to find episodes that were uploaded by other users, and actually be able to watch some of my favorite anime from my house or from my computer. And that's how I learned about YouTube. Other than that, that's pretty much what I use YouTube for. I didn't go crazy with it or anything like that. That was just one use that I primarily used it for. And then especially as a teacher, I started really I actually came across how valuable it was from a standpoint of teaching and resources that it gives you, and how you can use that in the classroom. And that got real exciting, because now I'm watching these creators that build these really cool things, or they solve these experiments, and so I suddenly I'm coming up with great ideas for my classroom and for things that I never thought, never would have necessarily come up with on my own, ideas that were really new to me. So that was another exciting use for YouTube that never does. And I'll be honest with you, I use YouTube every day in my classroom. I create content for my students. I do notes and videos based upon that, because it's a great place for you to put stuff for free, and it's always there. Okay, so we have a large ceiling we need to take apart. Whoa, that was effective, Kim. Good job there. Good job. I know how hard you work. Let's go ahead and put some blocks over here. There we go. Yep, because it's always good to keep some bones. But stone swords, not very useful. Whoa! And just like that, I've got myself some... Yeah, he was the one that was up there. Okay, good. Interesting. Let's climb back up here so we can go ahead and take care of this. Now, I'm not catching all the blocks I'm missing, but I am catching quite a few of them. So that's one of my goals. Okay, we need to get rid of this guy because he's going to be a pain in my butt. Yep, still shot me. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it there. Okay. Well, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So so YouTube, I think, is a really great tool. I think it's really nice. I mean, like any other business, they continually are changing their model, which sometimes benefits the creator, most of the time doesn't, because unfortunately with most businesses, it's not what's best for your creators, it's what's best for you guys, for most companies, getting the profit that they want, which, kind of sucks, I'm a big believer that a good business is a business that is going to protect people that are helping make that business succeed. Does that make sense? And that's how I think of it. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Now again, I'm not going to talk politics. Okay. But I mean, that's my personal belief. I think a good business takes care of people. Okay. Because the people that are helping that business succeed, those are the ones that are going to help it continue to succeed. And YouTube, they make some bizarre choices sometimes as far as what they think is the best. And they are large companies, so obviously their profit line and them being able to go away. And before you say it, yes, I could have like a fire-breathing potion, but honestly, I'd still be on fire. I just wouldn't take damage from it. It's not that big of a deal. I still have the annoyance of getting put on fire. Thank you. Okay. So, yep. So, unfortunately, until corporations or until people that really get it, should I say, are running those corporations, unfortunately, they make that. There's a corporation I worked for a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but before I was a teacher, I worked for a corporation called Guitar Center. And you know what? I'll tell you what. I love that job. We got to sell and talk about guitars and live sound and music all day long. And I love talking about music. I love learning about pop music and stuff like that. I love working with organizations such as clubs and churches and stuff to help them get their sound figured out so that they can put out the best quality production that they can. Love that. I mean, that was a job that I did for a long time. But it's a business. And unfortunately, certain investors got in charge of that business, and those investors, they weren't there to build the best experience for the customer. Or should we say, to have the most profitable business. Their whole goal was to, profitable. Their whole goal was to penny pinch and get another bonus, or make more money by cutting this out, or by cutting that out, instead of looking at what really is helping them be successful in that business, which is the guys on the front line. And again, there's some businesses that really get to have a good idea about this, and like Costco is one of those. Well, a Guitar Center just started getting harder and harder to work at that. They kept changing commission structures over and over and over again, to the point where, it used to be at one time you could make a really good living as a salesperson there at Guitar Center. And a lot of people still stuck it out with, because, those were the skills that they had. They were good sales guys. They were rock and rollers. They played in bands, and Guitar Center was a really neat place where they could play in their band and still make a living so that they could meet the needs of their families and everything. And it was a neat place because of that in many, many, many ways. But guess what? Corporation, the people running that corporation, it wasn't so much about their employees being able to make a living. It was more about them padding their pockets, and when decisions were made, it was based upon that. It wasn't based upon anything else. And most good companies, that is a downfall of them. And you know what? I'm a big capitalist guy, and if a company can't survive and do well, goodbye, guys. You don't need to be doing this, right? And you know what? That company's come into all sorts of trouble due to those bad policies. We've seen a lot of companies fall by the wayside because of that, because they weren't taking care of the people that work for them. And so if the people that work for them don't like their job, or they can't make a living, or they don't feel comfortable and safe so that they can do the best job they can, guess what? Do they do the best job they can? Nope. Not a single one of them will. And that's something to think about, And, going back to why we were talking about, as far as YouTube and everything. So how's that go with this? Well, what's nice about YouTube, even though it's a corporation, they still are not always going to make the decisions that are going to benefit those who are really helping them succeed the most, which in this case it's content creators. If you don't have good content creators, then you don't have a YouTube, right? Like if you don't have good content creators, people making great content for this platform, then you don't have a business. And YouTube forgets that sometimes in their grasp for change or not protecting those content creators. I mean, if YouTube was really about creating the very best platform out there, that's the first thing they would do, is they would find ways to protect their content creators, still following the laws that they're supposed to follow, because the FTC does do some wacky stuff, right? Well, if you follow any of the stuff on YouTube, you'd know that. And so, that tells you right there, I mean, just how they treat the people that are helping them be successful. Because once again, going back to YouTube, all they've done is create a website. That's all they've done. They've created a website with tools for people to post and share media. And it's fantastic. It's awesome, and content creators can make money doing it, And again, I'm not at that stage. Love to be at that stage. Hopefully someday in the future, maybe even this year, I'll get to the point where, I'm able to create content and everything. But you know what? When you don't have creators, you're not going to have content to show people. And that's one of the things that, YouTube's forgotten. But unfortunately, YouTube still is the best place for that type of opportunity. There's no other site that has the breadth and the reach that YouTube has, that has the name, that has the location where people all over the world go and check out content on a daily basis. Nothing else has that reach, So it's still awesome for what it is. I just think that it could be even more awesome had they have when they make policies, they don't think about their bottom line, but they think about as well their content creators and who's getting the short end of the stick on certain things. So anyways, yeah, so that's why I brought that up, is I've seen companies not do that, and it always leads to unfortunate outcomes for those companies in the long term. And so, would that eventually happen to YouTube? Would they eventually have some unfortunate outcomes if they don't pay attention to their content creators? And I'll tell you for sure, yeah. If people don't create content, they don't have anything on their platform. As great as their platform has become or is, people aren't creating content, then they just have a site with nothing on it but cat videos. Well, but some people watch a lot of those cat videos, so there you go. Yep. I think, any business always needs to keep that in mind. And what I like about YouTube is, it's not like I'm working for YouTube. Whoa, are you kidding me? Okay, I see where you're coming from. There we go. Okay. Woo. Oh, so anyways, I guess you've got going on a tangent there. I hope everybody's hope I haven't bored everybody to tears with all that. Just suffice to say, I'm super excited about this next year. And even though there's a lot of changes in that, I would rather have those problems, than some of the problems I had to work through while I was just working for a living for a company, that did sign each one of my checks. And I'm hoping this year, that we can get to the point where we are creating some fantastic content, where we have grown how many people are following, how many people are watching on a daily basis, and we're going to do a huge push this year to increase that and to make it better than ever. And I thank everybody that's been watching me throughout this last year and a half that I've had this channel, and I've had this excitement to want to do this, because you know what? You guys make it worth it. If you guys didn't take the time to watch this stuff, then all I've got is me making videos. And I can make videos, but the whole idea behind videos, I think, or any type of content, whether it's pictures, art, like my wife's an artist, you know, and she does painting and such, and she does writing. If nobody actually ever reads or sees the stuff you do, then it's kind of hollow. I mean, it's great to make it, but you know, if nobody's watching or exploring what you're doing, then it's like, well, I wrote this song, but nobody's ever heard of it. And, you know, without that feedback, without that community, and I think that's one of the things that YouTube provides for you, is a way to create a community of people that are interested in some of the things that you create. And it's very unique, and it's very exciting, and it's something that I think is super valuable to the community, to everybody, you know, and it can reach more people than you would ever imagine, you know. Let's go ahead and get some carrot in. Thank you for that lone watcher who's been like checking out the video. I appreciate it. It does encourage me. Okay, nice. Now this fortress, it's coming down. Yeah, we're taking this baby down. Boom, another few blocks. Wow, it's already 8:20. Well, thank you everybody who's been hanging out and watching the show. Boom, great. So let's go ahead and take some more down. Yep. Tearing down. You know, let's make sure we're getting all of those pieces. Okay, we are. Yep. You know, I mean, because I will use, or will I use it? Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Anyways, you know, I like to get a majority of things like this, because then I have great resources. Like, for instance, you know, when I made the ice road tunnel out here, well, I made it primarily out of nether brick, which is good because we are going to a fortress where we're built the farm. So, you know, I mean, these resources are great because we'll use them. Also, you know, I'm coming up right now with a house design that uses nether brick, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be neat, you know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to pair it with, because I think it's something that you don't want to make a house of nether brick. You know, I think we need to. I think to really get the most out of it, you want to pair it with some other materials. You know, and right now I'm working on my build palette for that, and I'm pretty excited. So that's going to be one of the videos, hopefully this week or two, you're going to see as we add more houses to the Mansion Row over there in the city. Okay, guys, awesome. So we've gotten this big puppy coming down, you know. Yeah, boy, so I wonder how long it takes to take a full fortress down. Oops. I know just doing that one part when I was doing the Blaze Farms took quite a bit. I think it was a good few hours of work to do all that. Okay, I was hoping I just didn't hit a pigman, but since they're not all running for me, I think I just got the skeleton. Nice, very good. Okay, so there we go. So those are things that have been on my mind. Okay, very, very excited about that. I know last Sunday I floated the idea of possibly starting Season 3 a little bit earlier, and starting Season 3 by just jumping straight into the new update by starting the Whirlwind Snapshots. And you know, there's some pros and cons of doing that, and I talked with 8-Bit, who's on the server the most, you know, and you know, we sat and thought about it, and we bounced around a little bit, and we said, well, you know what, that could be fun, but there's some cons about it. Hello, sir. Let me help you there. Very good. No skull for me. Okay, very good. So anyway, so that was a process that we were thinking about. But you know, once we sat down and we did some pros and cons, and there we go. Let's just get this out of the way now that we're done with it. Okay. What the heck? Oh, I had no idea that was that deep. I guess if you've fallen, it's the guys that created it want to make sure you would sink. Whew. Glad I never fell in that. Okay, anyways. Yes. Things you never realized about the structures you've been playing in for the last 5 years. Okay, so. Now, I'm wondering if I'm going to need to come down in here and tear this thing down as well. I know it's outside of the bounding box that I've been trying to shoot for, but it might be worth doing. You know, Check it out. On chess. Yes. Now, did you leave me anything good? Let's go check. Oh, nope. Nope, nothing. Okay. Well, well, well. What? And I walk away for 1 minute, and what do I get? What do I get? Yep. Jeez. Okay. Now, where was I? Okay. I got totally distracted by that gas. Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, so we pro'd and conned it quite a bit. Yeah. And we decided that the best thing to do is to go ahead and wait until we get an official release of 1.16, which, again, you know, we're probably looking at least a minimum of probably 2 months before we come out. You know, it really kind of depends on the amount of bugs and how long it takes for them to work through the bugs, you know. And, you know, just a reminder for everybody who's been watching all the updates about 1.16 and everything is that, cool, this place is really starting to come together. Okay. So just as a reminder for everybody who's been watching the 1.16 updates, is they still have yet on the 1.16 updates to go through even half the stuff that they said that they were working on. Like, for instance, one of the big updates that we're supposed to get on 1.16 is the update to the mountain biome. And that, cool. That's going to be very, very cool. I'm excited. Any biome update, you know, even though it wasn't the one I voted for, I'm excited about because, you know, those updates make those biomes much more alive, or at least we can say that. Like, for instance, they updated the taiga biome, and they added foxes, which I'll tell you what, you know, when you're going through a taiga biome now, and you see foxes in and out, it certainly does make it more interesting. Plus, they added another food source with the berries, which is absolutely cool. And not only did they do that, but they gave us a variant fox for snow foxes, which is awesome. So both of those things, I think, have been great. I'm going to go ahead and dump some stuff I don't need, like that and like that. And honestly, I got mushroom farm. Don't need any of those brown mushrooms. Okay. The blocks are important. Yeah. So that's one of the things that we're still waiting on the 1.16 update is we're still waiting to see how they're going to handle it. Like, for instance, mountains. You know, we are going to see one of the promised things that they've talked to us about the mountains is that we're going to see a much snowier snow. I believe that's how they put it, or something like that. Okay, so they haven't given us any updates on that yet. We haven't seen anything about that yet, so that could be pretty interesting. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there's any new mobs. I can't remember. You know, it's been a while since I did that, but I mean, we haven't seen any of those updates for the overworld yet. In fact, the only overworld update came in the form of the target, if you notice on the last update. So now we have a target block, which is made out of hay and a little bit of redstone, so you actually get a target, which is cool. So, I mean, if you're looking for that in Minecraft, something like that, can you use as a decorative block? Maybe. I don't know. It didn't look, to me, it didn't get me excited. Does that make sense? I think it's fine. I think it's going to be great, you know, however it turns out. Wow, it's amazing what happens as you tear stuff down. Okay. But look at that pickaxe. Down to 350. We still got some hits out of it. Okay. So, anyways, so yeah, like I said, they haven't released any of those updates. In fact, for the overworld, there hasn't really been a whole lot except for that target block. And so we haven't seen anything on the mountains, which is coming out in 1.16. We haven't seen any of that information yet. So far, what they've done is they blast us with the big nether changes. And I'll tell you what, those were big changes. 3 new biomes, or should we say the nether now being separated into a minimum of 4 biomes. Could see more. They haven't promised, nor have they they haven't promised anything yet, nor have they got us all worked up about yet. But you know, like in a tweet or so the other day, you know, they said, hey, you know what, until something's done, we don't always know what's going to happen. So so even though the devs might say like they've got all the update, they've got all the biomes, they may not be done with biomes yet. So we might see some additional nether biomes before this update's over. So I mean, that should tell you right there just how much we don't know. Although we've seen some fantastic things here in just a couple of weeks of updates, and I'm super hoping for next week and what we could see. They're not done at all with the features yet for this run, you know. And of course, there's, you know, things that I would like to see. You know, I would like to see some more consistency in the blocks like they've talked about. I think, like for instance, concrete, they should add to the rules of concrete the same thing that you can do with stone. You should be able to make slabs out of concrete. You should be able to make stairs out of concrete. You know, I think some blocks such as the polished blocks, you should be able to get a fence out of it. You know, it may not look that much different, but you know, I think it's worth having, because as a builder, you want to have those options in your tool chest. You know, and more options is always better than less options. And if they, and you know, Mojang did mention this, that especially when they were in the aquatic update, when they were getting ready to get that aquatic update going, is that they want to create a set of block rules. So when a new block would come in, then it would be able to be used for that variety of different uses. You know, case in point. Take a look at the new wood types from the Nether. Okay, now if you can build stairs out of them, you can build fences out of them, shouldn't you also be able to build chests out of them? Right? Shouldn't you also be able to build a boat out of them? And honestly, you know, since that wood doesn't burn, isn't that a perfect lava boat type of wood? You know, instead of using something that's so super rare, such as you know, what do you call that stuff? Oh, ancient debris? Anyways, those are just some of the thoughts I have in my mind right now about some of the new stuff that's coming out. So I'm pretty stoked about 1.16. It can't get here soon enough, but I also know that they're barely at the cusp of some of the things that they said they wanted to be able to do in 1.16, and there's still so much more that they said was going to happen. So, and usually they do. They end up doing a whole lot more than you think. The 1.15 update, you know, they did so many things underneath the hood, and I'll tell you what, playing in 1.15 has been fantastic. I absolutely love the under the hood changes. It makes the game a lot more playable, especially with servers and with others. It's been a really, really great overhaul. I'm glad that they took the time to not just throw a whole bunch more content out there, but to work the bugs out, because, you know, aside from them going in there and just starting the code from scratch, there's not a whole lot they can do with the code right now, because, you know, they're expanding a game. So that's something to think about, you know. When you're making a game, you know, you want to try to make it so that if you ever want to expand it, you know, it's not too crazy in being able to do that, you know. But that's always hard. But that's hard to do because, you know, like, you know, if you look at Minecraft in general, how long it's been around, right? Okay, could you imagine that Minecraft would have the changes it has, such as, you know, having a flight ability to fly, the different types of mobs, the new trading things with the piglins? That's pretty cool, you know. But I bet you. Well, I know if you look at Notch, you know, a lot of these things were not necessarily stuff that he had planned for the game, and so it's pretty wild when you think of it in those terms. That okay, let's get rid of. Let's just get rid of this. Ooh, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I looked at my pickaxe. That could have been awful. I hate killing pickaxes. Okay, very nice. This thing is going down. I guess the big, whoa, okay. The big deal here in a minute will be tearing down all this. I gotta take that down still. Okay, yeah, this is getting there. I hope everybody's had a fun evening. I've been trying to have fun topics to talk to. Of course, you know, sometimes you don't always get responses, but, you know, I hope you guys are having fun. And I'm hoping that this year and some of the challenges, a lot of you will stick around and help me grow this channel and help me build a stronger community where we get more interest and more talking. Because I think that's just with numbers. You know, I think once we get a little bit bigger, you know, I think, you know, we'll start seeing a lot more chat. You know, we'll start seeing a lot more people get involved with it, and I'm super excited about that. You know, it's fantastic here on Twitch that I've kept the amount of followers I have. I'm loving it. It's fun to watch that number continue to grow, and so we're at the point now. I just got to start getting those regular content out again, so that I'm producing enough hours a month so that Twitch can say, wow, yeah, this guy's on top of it. This is what we're looking for. And one thing I noticed when I first started doing my streaming is that the more you stream, the more people log in to watch a stream. Yep. True there, you know. And so one of the biggest ways to increase your numbers in streaming is to stream. Yep. So I'm super excited to get back in there and to, you know, get more time out there so that we can build this channel up and grow it and have some fun and build an audience and, you know, do neat things. Very, very cool. Check it out. We are cranking. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. Okay. So we are now at 8:36. Wow, time is just flying tonight, guys. Had no idea we were already that far in. Okay. And I haven't died yet. Very, very nice. Okay, where'd that gas come from? We'll see from down there. Okay, well. Yeah, let me take a carrot break right now. And let me take a breath. In fact, I'm thirsty in here too. So let me grab my tea. Let me get a quick sip. This is one of those things that for me, I actually really kind of enjoy. It's, you know, it is mining. You know, I mean, I haven't had to be in my mine for a while because I haven't needed the resources, because I have a ton of resources now that I've collected over the time, you know, with my farms and everything. So resource collection hasn't been a priority for me. But I mean, just sitting here and grinding out something, I think that's one of the things that I really, I mean, that's enjoyable for me, is to sit here and just talk and grind some more and talk, especially when I have this big goal at the end of it. I think grinding becomes easier when you're shooting for something really big. And like, you know, I've never done this before. I've never cleared out this much of the nether to make an effective farm. So I'm pretty stoked to see how much more effective this farm could be, you know, through my effort of going out here and really setting it up so that it can produce really effectively, so that I can get really good rates off of it, you know. And you're saying, well, Kim, why are you doing this now? What's going on? I mean, you know, you said yourself that the season's going to come to end here, probably in about 2 months, because 1.16 will be out. I go, you're right. But until then, you know, I mean, this is what Minecraft's about. It's about getting in here and building, you know. And you know, when I do go ahead and close the season out and I save the world down, you know, I want to come back to this world. I want to come back later on and say, wow, check out this world and look at all the really cool things we did in this world. You know, look at this farm. Look at how we cleared this place out, and look at this dynamic nether area. Look at all the tunnels. You know, so you have all this. So you have a safe way to get from place to place. You know, look at these farms over here. Look at this nether base that you have going on right here. You know, I want to. Yeah, I mean that's. I think that's really what's awesome about Minecraft. You know, if you're a painter, you know, you can sit there and you can look at the paint on the wall and say, wow, look at how well that turned out. I appreciate the way I use color there. You know, I appreciate the way that that flowed together. You know, and I think, you know, Minecraft is very similar. You know, I mean, I would love to. Yeah, maybe that's something I should do. Is I should sit back and I should go ahead and say, season 1 tour. Hey guys, we haven't looked back at old things. Let's see what our buildings look like back in old season 2. You know, oh, check this out. You know, I mean, that'd be fantastic. Go back and look at some of those builds and see how I've grown as a builder. Hopefully, I've grown as a builder, right? I don't want to be stagnant. I want to get better at what I'm doing. I want to challenge myself. I want to do things I've never done before. I want to do something unique that's different, you know. And those are some of the things I'm trying to think about for next season. Like, what would be something really cool that'd be different that I haven't tried before. Something that makes me excited to build or create, you know. So those are ideas. Those are things that are going through my head. You know, what can I do? Where can this next season go? And where am I going to do with it? So I'm like, So now we start to think, okay, how much of this do I need to just leave up here, right? Oh, do these go all the way down? That's a good question. I'm not sure if these go all the way down or not. Although it's starting to look like they probably do. So let's just keep digging them down. Okay, was that another? Oops, let's go dump this stuff off. Okay, so it looks like it might be another 2 days of grind, depending on how much time I could play. Now, and with me, that is the truth. You know, if I could just, I bet you if I didn't have anything to do over the next day or so, I could probably knock this place out, just grind it down. But I got a job. I got a job. So that means, you know, tomorrow I'll be back early in the morning, getting stuff ready for school, for students, for teachers alike, you know, so that everybody's ready for a new day, you know, and that's it. That's my job. You know, I can't not do that. That's what puts the bread on the table, you know. Hopefully someday, you know, this will be something that puts the bread on the table. So I'll be able to wake up and play and enjoy and make some great content that people are going to have fun watching and stuff, you know. Okay, so let's see here. Now, is this part? Yeah, this is part of my big thing. I'm getting lower. Yeah, check it. You know, as far as, yeah, this is going really, really well. This is just going to be some of the biggest stuff that I'm going to have to tear down. It's just going to go, it's just going to take time because, you know, it's a pretty big fortress. I'm going to get a ton of brick out of this, which is fantastic, you know, because we're going to use a ton of it to make our platform and to set up our farm, you know, so we're going to use a ton of it there. I know if 8-Bit was here tonight, she'd be here grinding it out with me. You know, I think she had some stuff that she needed to get done, and so she was going to be out of pocket today. So I'll let her know that you guys said hi. Does that go all the way down? I think it does, believe it or not. Interesting. And I'll tell you what, nothing really teaches you about how things generate like taking something down and taking it away. You know, like taking down a big nether fortress like this really shows you how things will generate, you know, especially this one, because a lot of it was over the lava, and a good portion of it was here in the nether rack too. So, you know, I've noticed quite a few things about how far it'll actually generate into the nether rack if the nether rack's right below it, versus how far and the shape that it takes if it goes all the way down into the lava. You know, like I think this structure goes all the way down to lava, so we've got a ton of digging to do, but lots of resources are going to come out of it as well, you know, such as bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks. There we go. Okay, so if you have any ideas or comments on anything I've said, go ahead and put them in comments. Like if you're watching the replay on YouTube, go ahead and put comments on YouTube, and I would love to hear them, especially if you would be interested in any of those other games or any of that other content. You know, I mean, I love Minecraft, but I always have wanted this channel to have a variety of different things on it. And right now it's just trying to find something that's as exciting or as fun to play. And I think that might be something else too, is I need to have that other content for myself, because, you know, there are moments where I open up Minecraft and I'm like, what am I going to do? and I'm not inspired. And that happens, you know. Like, for instance, before I got onto this, right after the Blaze farm, you know, even though I had some houses to build and everything, you know, I was like, man, what do I need to do? You know, because I was having a hard time get excited. There he is. Let's get ahead and get rid of that guy, you know. And you know what really helped me? Building the ice road. That's what really helped me, because I got to go ahead and focus on, you know, it was a grind. It definitely was. But some of those grindy things, sometimes when you're there chugging away at stuff, that's when you can get some of the best ideas and best inspiration. Whoa. Is that you? Let's see if that'll get him. Nice. I chunked him out of render distance. Okay, nice. There we go. So, yeah, like for instance, you know, earlier this week, I was going, I was looking for inspiration. I was like, gosh, what am I going to do? I don't know. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that. And you know what I did is I said, okay, let's go ahead and make an ice road. That way we can go ahead and connect the newest farm to the tunnel. And you know what? I got in there. I started digging. You know, I started doing my thing. You know, I started laying out bricks. And yeah, I died. But you know what? Because the ice road was something that was coming together, and even though it was kind of a grindy thing, you know, it's something that I could get behind to accomplish. And once I got done, boy, it's like, okay, what next? Wither skeleton farm. Yeah, we haven't done that yet this season. Let's do that. One wither skeleton farm coming up. And now, you know, now the inspiration's back. You know, it's like, boom, let's get this thing going. Let's make this thing, and let's get some value out of this, right? Or at least that's how it worked for me this time around, you know. So that can be a tip for you. You know, what is something that you like about Minecraft that just makes you feel satisfied? And with me, you know, mining. It makes me feel satisfied to come in here and slug a few blocks and clear some area. You know, it makes me feel good to get it all done. You know, I like big projects, you know, and big projects really, to me, I think those are some of the things I like most about Minecraft. I like being able to complete something and say, yeah, knock that out. Took it down all by myself, or with a little help. I don't mind help sometimes, right? Okay, boom, got that done. Now, of course, we're going to have to clear that out as well. So now it's just this big chunk over here. Very cool. That was quite a bit of structure, you know, that I knew we would have to get rid of, and I wasn't sure how long it would take to get rid of all that. Now, let's see here. And so Let's try not to fall in lava. I've already done it a couple times. Do I have? Yeah, and I've been okay. You know, I really need to go ahead and make some fire potions. You know, my son gave me that advice the other day after I died in lava. You know, because, ooh, yeah, I got plenty of carrots. Okay. See, my thing is I'm going to wear the protection 4 armor and eat something like golden carrots or steak that has a pretty high saturation. And honestly, you know, that's going to give you enough time to swim out, and it's going to protect you as long as you're eating and swimming, eating and swimming. And I'll tell you what, swimming in lava is slow. But anyways, that's usually a pretty effective way. But for it to be effective, one, you got to be wearing full armor, full diamond. You can't be wearing, you know, 3 and an elytra. The elytra is going to get you killed, you know. I know that from a lot of experience, you know. A lot of deaths because of my elytra, you know. So that's one thing, you know. So that's why I always carry a plate on if I have my elytra on, or vice versa, you know. And so, you know, that's one way to save yourself. But if you're not eating continually and you're not, if it's not restoring enough health, then you can't make it. And that sucks, you know. And I've died plenty of times because of that. So that's a big deal, and a big deal as far as survival. I guess, you know, and I've heard that if you have at least one piece of armor that's fire resistance 3 or fire resistance 4, I forget how high it goes up. I think it goes up to fire resistance 4. I'm already full again. Well, anyways, that can that one piece of armor will protect you like that. I'm not sure if it does though. You know, that's something I probably need to research, because it might be worth keeping that one piece of armor on me for that. But honestly, you know, when you're fighting and when you're having to deal with guys who are going to do wither damage to you and everything, having good armor, I don't know. I don't think it's smart to do without good armor. Does that make sense? Yeah, protection 4. You know, I've died enough that I don't like taking those chances, you know. And, you know, it's like just the gas hitting you. Heck, you know, let's just take zombie pigmen. You know, those guys will wallop you if you're not paying attention. You hit one. I angered them just a little bit before we got on stream, and they were ticked with me. I was able to fly and get out of there, but, you know, that sometimes, you know, you're not fast enough. Especially if you're not paying attention like I'm doing right now, and you let your health get halfway down. A few hits can, you know, make your day go pretty poorly if you're not paying attention. Very cool. Or very disappointing, too. And here we are. So, let's see here. Yeah, you know, I want to get this dug down so that we can get into building the farm. So, hopefully, you know, I'm probably going to have to do some grinding tomorrow night. Just kind of depends. I also got to do grades for students tomorrow night. So, hopefully I can stay busy enough in my room, get the grades done, so when I come home, I can go ahead and just jump straight online. I think right now I might be looking at Tuesday for stream night, and I might be coming back with a Wizard 101 stream. Haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking real hard about it, you know, because, you know, it's a game I like, it's a game I enjoy, and it might give me just the right amount of balance for me to get after it and play some Wizard 101 with me. I'm just trying to decide, you know, because I've done all the first 50 level quests so many times, but I don't want to buy an elixir and start at level 50. I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn about that, but yep. And you know what? If I get any response about possibly Magic the Gathering, I might go ahead and start producing those videos out and start sharing those with you guys. Of course, I'm not sure how that would look like on whoa. Oh, it's Dum Dum. Did he fall? He survived that. How did he survive that? Okay. Very cool. Yeah, so, and of course, if I can find the right next game that's, you know, that's a good that matches my channel, matches me, something I'm enjoying playing and everything, I'll add that onto the list as well. You know, very, very nice. So, Lots of possibilities over this next week. But yeah, definitely expect to see me Tuesday. I will be streaming. I'm not sure what I'll be streaming yet exactly. You know, I mean, at the very minimum, I guess I could like do some more grind here, because I doubt because I don't think I'll be done with this project. You know, so maybe we'll be finishing the build and finishing up our Skelly farm, right? Skelly farm. Well, yeah, it is a Skelly farm, I guess. Yep. Wither Skelly farm, right? Yeah, I love how the zombie pigmen are always where you're working, right? Now, so much of this stuff. It's amazing how long it takes. I never did look that up, whether I can run a beacon or not here in the Nether. Whether, I know Netherrack will stop it, so, I mean, if I was to run a beacon, I had to go all the way up, but whether Bedrock stops beacons, because I'm not sure. Because if Bedrock does stop it, that wouldn't work well for me. I mean, I've got a beacon I can set up. It's just like, should I go through the effort or not? Not sure yet. Not sure yet. Okay. Ooh, I probably dug that. Yeah. Okay. Well, guys, we are starting to come towards the last 5 minutes of the stream. So, before we're too far gone, I just want to say thank you so much for those of you who log in to watch. Hope you're having a great evening. I do so appreciate it. You know, hopefully you'll be with me on this journey as I really push hard over the next year to really build up the viewership of this channel, to put content out there that's fun to watch and enjoyable for you guys, as well as enjoyable for me to produce. You know, I want to say thanks to everybody who has taken the time, everybody that's subscribed to me, everybody that's followed me, whether on Twitch or on YouTube. You know, without you guys, I doubt if I would have lasted this long. It's great when I see those comments rolling. It's great when I get feedback where somebody really enjoys it. And I just want to say thanks again, because it's fabulous that you guys are taking the time to watch me play a game. Hopefully we'll get some more of you guys that want to talk and stuff, because I think that's what makes streams a lot of fun to do, is when we have some great interaction with you guys in the audience. So some more stream times, some other times a day, I think that's going to be key in building this channel, is having those other that would not have been good. Ooh, that was scary. Everybody saw that? Just out of the blue, that one block missing. Oh, and it's all the way down to the lava. Woo! That would not have been good at all. And I have a full thing again. Let's go ahead and dump off these blocks. Yeah, I'm going to get a ton of blocks out of that. I'm going to get a ton of those blocks out. Boom. Yeah. Where did I leave the torches? I just want to get rid of these torches. There we go. I'll put them in there. Alrighty. Very good. And I'm getting hungry too. I haven't really had dinner yet either, so I'm pretty excited. Take a break here in just a little bit. You know. Now I was in a chili contest the other day. Yep, I made myself a green chili chicken chili with 3 types of peppers and green chilies, and using white beans, and boy, it was great. I got second place. Oh yeah. You know, so if you like food and stuff, yeah, that was a pretty fun thing to do. It was super enjoyable. You know, super enjoyable. People like my chili. It's kind of like making content, right? I understand why cooks do their things, because it's not just about eating and being satisfied with something that just, like, you know, tickles your taste buds. But when you can share that, when you can share a skill like that with other people and get the satisfaction that people loved what you did or really enjoyed it, oh yeah, I mean, that's fantastic, you know. And I didn't hit you. Okay, yeah, good. So yeah, that was a lot of fun when I got the when I was able to get enough votes to get like second place on the chili. That was really nice. And I still have plenty in my refrigerator, so I might be having myself a bowl of chili here in just a little bit. And that's sounding pretty good right now. And I'm pretty proud as how far I've gone on this project. You know, taking down a fortress, that's no easy task. You know, I'm probably going to have to, like, you know, recharge these pickaxes at least a couple more times before this is all said and done. You know, especially you know, taking out, well, there's a few ways I can take those. I can probably just spawn-proof the whole thing with a whole bunch of slabs, so that's an option. I'm trying to think of how I want to finally spawn-proof it. Should I just tear down all the nether? But I do like the idea of having that all torn down. You just have this big empty space with this one farm in the center. I think that looks so cool. Yep. Also, I need to start thinking next season. I really do want to do like a nether themed base. You know, I want to do a base in the nether, but I think I really want to do it in the Soul Sand Valley. I want to make it out, and I want to be in a fortress box, a place where a fortress is. And those are my thoughts. So any ideas you guys got on that, I'd love to hear. Now, guys, thanks a lot. This is Kimise. Thanks for coming in and checking everything out. I hope everybody has a great evening. I hope everybody has a great day. But I've got to call it for tonight. Catch you later, guys. Bye.